If you have data in a spreadsheet, you might wonder the best way to get it into a report so it's as most useful it can be.
Let's walk through a few tips to improve data entry, highlight trends in the data, create a chart from demo budget data, and then paste that chart into a slides or docs report and make it dynamic so it updates when your data or chart updates. To format data as a table, click in the data and either select Convert to Table near the bottom right, or select the data by clicking at the top of the first column, holding down Shift and clicking at the top of the last column, and then select Format, Convert to Table. If I have to add a new row here, when I go down to the bottom, I can start typing each value and hope I get the right spelling and accurate one. Or I can make the values in this department column drop-down menu. So I just select from the drop-down. To do that, I'm going to click the little drop-down arrow next to the column name. And for Edit Column Type, I'm going to choose drop-down. And then in the sidebar that opens on the right, it's going to show me all the values currently in this column. And I can add another item if I have maybe another department I want to add. The other cool thing I can do here is I can customize each drop down with its own color. So I'll add a few colors in here. And when I click on done, and now I go down to add my next row, I have that drop down menu I can choose an item from. And when you use this, whenever you have a finite number of items that you might add into a cell, it makes your data entry so much better and so much easier. Now, when I look at the variance column, this is showing me how off the actual budget was from the planned. I see a lot of negatives, but it's hard to know exactly how many are negative versus positive. So let's highlight that trend. To do this, we're going to use conditional formatting so all of the negative numbers get highlighted in red. So first I'll select the column by clicking on the letter at the top of the column, and then I'll go to Format, Conditional Formatting. This opens a conditional formatting rules on the right. So for this rule, I want to format cells if the value is less than 0. And the format style I want to use is I want to actually highlight these in a red color. So I'll select this dark red. Now, when I select dark red with that black font, I can't read that. The contrast isn't good. So I'm also going to change the text color to white. And now, as I scroll down through, I have a better gauge of how many numbers are negative versus positive. There's lots of negative there. Let's see what's going on. To see where this variance is happening, where these negative numbers are, we're going to want to take a look at our department and our variance together. And a great way to do this is in a chart. So I'm going to select those two columns. I'll select column A and I'm going to hold down Control if I'm on Windows or Command if I'm on Mac. And then I'm going to select my other column, column G. With those two columns selected, I'll insert my chart. I can either do this through the Insert Chart icon in the toolbar or through Insert Chart menu. So by default, I'm going to see a chart that has every single row charted. But I don't want to chart every single row. I want to aggregate by department. So anytime there's a row for admissions, I want those all added together. To do that in the Setup tool on the right, to check the box for aggregate. And when I do that, I can see where all those negative numbers were happening. What gets really exciting is that I can take this chart, paste it into slides or docs report, and make it so I can update it automatically if my data or my chart changes. So to start off in my chart, I'm going to click the three dots in the top right corner and choose Copy Chart. I have these SBU branded slides. I'm going to find a slide template that matches what I want. This one here with an image. I'm going to go ahead and right click and choose Paste on that. And importantly, when I get the paste chart prompt, I want to choose link to spreadsheet. This will make it dynamic. And when I click paste, my chart is there and I see that this is a linked chart. Now let's make some updates in this chart. I'm going to change the chart color for the series here. And I'm going to change it from the auto color to a custom color, and I'm going to choose Stony Brook Red 990000 hex code. And now once I do that, there's been a change. So let's go back to the slides and update it. Anyone with edit access to the slides and at least view access to the data will see the link to update and can click it to update it. If you have more than one, you can go to Tools, Linked Objects, and you can click Update All from here. And I have my new chart just like that. So there you have it, from data entry to reports in a snap.